we're in Burnley here today, and I'm with MEP Nick Griffin, and he's going to tell us a little bit about what he's been doing and what he's going to be doing while he's here. Nick, could you tell us a few things that you've been up to?
We've got a by-election here in Rosegrove and Lower House ward, which is quite a strong ward for us. As a Lib Dem councillor has not been going to any meetings and has resigned. The Labour Party are pushing hard for the seat, and so are we. So we've been here, we've had canvassers out and leafleters, and I've been working with several of the locals here on one of the next leaflets to go out, so we've had that. And then we've got the meeting here. This is actually a North West Regional Council meeting, so we've been here for a couple of hours chewing through the various things that had to be gone over. We're now finished and people are having a bite to eat before they leave.
So it's Sunday evening. This is how we're spending our Sunday evening, and obviously you'll be doing other things in the week as well, won't you? There was a mention of us working out of the office here and helping people with leaflets and things.
Yeah, indeed. There's a by-election in Salford coming up as well. Quite an important part of Manchester potentially for us. So we're going to be campaigning down there, and again helping on the local leaflets for that. We've got an office here in Burnley, a constituency office of mine, and next door actually a British National Party office. So we're going to be in there, myself, Clive Jefferson and so on, with some of the local people tomorrow, going over production of local leaflets, localising the templates that we're now designing, and how to use the risograph machines. So a publicity workshop. We'll be down in Salford, and then each evening I've got a meeting. We've got Burnley and Salford and Liverpool over the next 3 nights. Then on Thursday I'm back down to Hertfordshire, North London, to do a meeting down there. But the most since Saturday, yesterday we were up in Cumbria with again a series of tabletops and with an evening social. So Saturday through till Thursday morning. That's a patch I'll be solidly in the Northwest as a constituency MEP, and also helping to organise things to push the party forward.
And you mentioned leaflets there, particularly local leaflets. I mean, those are big issues, aren't they? Even though they don't appear to be big on the grand scale of things, it's about the local things and the things that we're doing in the communities that are making the difference in areas such as this.
Yeah, it's really, really important. I mean, obviously, as people have seen, we're working really hard on the national leaflets to make them positive, super attractive and effective. But in the end, the things that win elections and the things also that bring new people in is being part of the community and showing that we're not just complaining about problems, or even that we haven't just got theoretical answers to things like the banking crisis and unemployment, but also that individuals can join the British National Party and actually make a difference, a positive change for the better in their local community. And that means doing, in fact, quite small things that are getting overlooked or not done by councils or the other parties, and telling people about them. In small run local leaflets, if you get a street light fixed, well, that needs a local leaflet to tell the 50 houses in the area affected by that's been put right thanks to a campaigning member of the British National Party. It's absolutely crucial. Of course, it's a lot of work, and most of all, I think people lack confidence. They think, I can't produce a leaflet. But yes, they can, because we're reducing templates whereby they've only got to change quite a small piece, and it makes it really effective. And they don't have to be perfect. People out there don't expect a local campaigning group to be producing glossy full colour material. Something plain and simple and just in plain spoken English does the job. But I won't say we've neglected local politics, but we haven't given it the huge importance that it has, and that's something we're trying to put right.
Yeah, well, it seems a very positive message, Nick, and you also spoke earlier about people's role in their community and taking the grip of what's going on and making sure that their local community is a nice place in which to live, and making sure that they're contributing positively as well.
Yeah, it's very, very easy just to complain about everything the government's doing wrong nationally and what the council's doing wrong locally, and it needs pointing out. But at the same time, unless you're also coming out with a positive message, not just in your grand terms, but actually something, here we are, we're making a little bit of a local difference to you. Not a big local difference, because it can't be done, but we're trying to make a difference, and that's the contrast between us and the other parties, where all they're doing is take. All we've got to do is go in with something quite small that we can actually do to make a difference, to make things better. and then most important of all, tell people who've done it. That's very, very powerful local politics, and it's where we've got to be, because there's no doubt, the way the country's shaping up, the problems that we're already in and are coming, the Conservatives and the Lib Dems are going to get the blame for that in a grand scale. I think we're going to see a while, perhaps about 2 years, when the Labour Party have a big bounce back. They shouldn't have, because as you know, they caused this mess in large measure in the first place, but they're going to have a bit of a bounce back. I think over the next 2-3 years they're going to take control of pretty much every council in the country, certainly every urban country, because the Lib Dems as well as the Tories are going to be in disgrace. And our time really will come at that point, once the Labour Party controls so many councils that the Tories and Lib Dems are getting the blame for what's going wrong nationally, and the Labour Party are getting the blame for what's going wrong locally. That's the perfect storm for us, really, because there isn't anybody else. But for us to get the maximum advantage out of that, we have to have people on the ground who are already understood to be community activists who can actually make their community better. So we're not coming in as outsiders just saying, it's all wrong, trust us to put it right. And why should they? Because if we're politicians, all politicians are lying vermin as far as the public are concerned. We don't say trust us to put it right. We need to say, look at us. We've already put things right. Now trust us with the power we need to put more right. There's a big, big difference, and it's not going to happen overnight like that. It only happens if we start on a very local level, in place after place after place, with our local activists doing just small things to help their community, and in a small way telling people what they've done.
Yeah, I think it's quite important, because in society now people look at community service as a punishment, and it shouldn't be such a thing.
Yeah.
And I think just to finish off with, I think we need to remember that it's not what our communities can do for us, but it's what we can do for our communities, to coin a phrase.
Yeah, absolutely so, and it's that's the core message of nationalism. That we don't regard the population of Britain just as Thatcher did. There's no such thing as society, which is atomised individuals. Nor do we regard them as, well, you've got to be in the working class to be important in the way that the Labour Party at least used to say. Everyone's a member of our national community, but everyone's got to contribute. And when you understand that the nation is just in the end an extended family, then you've got a duty to help members of your family. We haven't got a duty to the spongers, whether they are homegrown spongers or imported spongers. We've got no duty to them at all. But we've got a duty to the good, decent people of this country. We say that we want to lead them. Well, the way that you prove that you're fit to lead a people is actually to just step in when there are problems without being asked. There's a problem, we see a problem, what can we do to put the problem right? And I think a positive message like that will not only win the respect of the public, it also is the way, I think, best to recruit positive people. If we're constantly putting out a negative, which is a message which is negative, we're going to recruit negative people. You can't build an organisation with people who are negative. You've got to find people who want to work to make things better, to build an organisation that can work and make things better.
And of course that's why we're all here, to try and make things better.
That's why we're here.
Nick Griffin, thank you very much.